Now, I mentioned at the top of the program, ugly scenes at a pro-Palestine rally in Melbourne took place on Sunday. Protesters actually clashed with police and there was pepper spray deployed to disperse what was described as an ugly crowd of around 200 that had broken off from this major group of 3,000. Now, it's been reported there were objects thrown at police officers, and in a statement, Victoria Police said the group was, quote, extremely hostile and bottles and signs were thrown at members of the Victorian Police Force. I made the point that many of those members are bussed in from regional Victoria because the command in Melbourne has run out of troops to police these rallies that have been going now for 35 weeks straight. However, the Australian Palestine Advocacy Network president, Nasser Mashni, went on radio, contested the necessity of the pepper spray and said he had not seen any objects thrown at officers. Joining me now to discuss the Victorian Shadow Police Minister, Battin. Brad, the police are being asked to handle a very volatile situation. I think they handled themselves admirably on Sunday, and yet they're still being criticised.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, Steve? The police seem to be the target continuously, and people want to comment on things that they do without being in those situations. Let me assure you, Victoria Police members that I've worked with over my time, the ones I speak to in this role, don't ever really want to use or deploy OC spray, their battens or their firearms. They want to try and control situations as least violently as possible. But when you do get to a position where things do start getting thrown, we've seen in the past where these protests get out of control, members get punched, and then the organisers say, oh, we never saw any violence. Then the cameras will highlight it, the violence that was there. My money's with the police at the moment. I'll be backing them every step of the way. It's really important right at the moment. We've seen so much hate speech on the streets of Victoria that we do get back in control of what is happening on Victorian streets and ensure that if people want to have their protest, do it peacefully. If you don't, we've got to give the police the powers to act, including move on laws, to prevent this happening in the future.